Hello, Flopsy here, and welcome back to Lemmings Retro Achievements playthrough on the SNES. In the previous video, I managed to get through levels 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. Unfortunately, there were achievements I couldn't do on 22, 23, 24 and 25, but I did manage to get the one on Ohio Lemmings than. Okay, so the good news is now, all the achievements for the remainder of Tricky now are obtainable. There isn't one on Tricky 26, but there is on 27, 28, 29 and 30. Tongue twister there. When you're saying 20 many times in succession. Oh, I forgot as well that achievement didn't pop from the previous video. Okay, so obviously Tricky 26 is already a 100% level, so that's why we haven't got a achievement for it. That worked. Signing 4 builders apparently is enough to stop the Lemmings from I can't believe I did that first time. That's incredible. I know some people would opt for the blocker underneath the trapdoor method and use a digger on a lemming coming out the trapdoor, but that's not a reliable method on the SNES, I feel, because the engine will pretend that the blocker is being assigned the digger and they'll refuse the assignment. And when the lemming is literally only there momentarily, it's not an ideal way to... It probably is possible, but I just don't want to try because I'm like, yeah, the engine's probably going to disallow that. So I opted for the spamming builders option. So that's Tricky 26 done already, only 2 minutes into the video. Okay, this is a bit more of a tricky one. 100% on Island of the Wicker People, but luckily I can do this one. It's going to take a bit of trying though, because the first bit's a bit hectic. Release rate's a bit on the high side. So we have to make sure we don't use the bottom miner. We don't spam the miners. Okay, so how many builders do we need? Gotta watch out for time limits as well. The time limit can be a bit of a bugbear on this one. Okay, so we don't need to worry about the pit so much at the end of the water pit on the left, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to free the crowd to the right anyway. We don't need more than one lemming anyway. We don't need more than one lemming going over this as far as I'm aware, because we can just mine into the ground here. Actually, I'll tell a lie, someone does need to actually come over. Because someone needs to do this one-way wall as well, and we don't really have the time to do it wall with one lemming. But luckily the pit is climbable, so we can just send a lemming over by climbing. I think that leaves us with enough builders. I think we only need 2 to do this bit. He should wriggle through, so it's fine. Yeah, he should come through with flying colours, it's fine. I'll do a miner just in case, because the bottom of the one-way arrows is about level with where we need to be to bash it successfully. Okay, once he's bashed the wall, we can free this crowd. We're not going to free them by digging, obviously. We're going to free them by bashing. So hopefully this all works out. Worst case scenario is... Actually, I think the best way to do this is probably to get a climber to get to the bottom of this top of this wall here. We haven't got all 100 lemmings out yet, luckily. Actually, I think by the time this guy's got through the wall, we'll probably have this is the safest way to do it, because what we don't want is a lemming bashing to the left, and it is possible to do because it's due to the length of the digger tunnel. So what we're going to do is we're just going to assign a builder to this guy, because we can just turn him around. We only have to turn this one guy around. And as you can see, the basher locks onto the climber, so he's going to be going the correct ways, which is good when we bash it with him. And that guy's turned around, so perfect. So that's level complete, 100%. It's quite a tricky one to work out, this one is, because you've got to make sure you have enough builders, because you need a builder for that guy turning around. You need a builder to turn around the miner. You need a builder to stop the digger at the beginning. There we go again, look. Remember when I pointed out on the Hell Tile set, the builder being red when it went into terrain, but on this one it's green for some reason. It's so weird. It's like they just go for a random colour in the tile set. There's nothing wrong with that though. It's just an interesting graphical glitch there. It's not like it's pink or something. At least the green blends in with the terrain. Okay, so that's Tricky 27 done with 100%. So we got the achievement there. No, I think it's Rainbow Island now. No, Exit in the Ground, which is the rename for Lost Something. So actually, is it the same level? Yeah, it is the same level. So we've got to get 100% on this level as well. This one's not too bad. All we have to do is mine into this terrain here and then do a builder quickly. So you're just going to make sure one lemming wriggles back to the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to build with the second lemming that turns around. Also got to make sure we don't go too high here. Actually, it's okay to go too high because we can just do a safety bridge here. It's only to mitigate the large fall that could potentially form here. And as you can see now, there's quite a bit of a gap here down, so it's quite easy to turn around. That's good enough. Okay, so there you go. There's our safety bridge there. So it's actually perfect there. Oh, and he stopped at just the right time as well. So we've done a perfect bridge there, pretty much. Try and make sure we sign the digger just before we get to the ground, because we don't want a situation where we're bashing in the wrong direction. There we go. Very easy, 100% that one is. That one's just a freebie pretty much. I think this is probably one of the only levels in Lemmings where there's a hidden exit. I know what you're gonna say. That Fun 23 and the remake have got a hidden exit as well. I'm actually curious if that exit exists in this version. I might try it when I get to it. Might be an easy alternative to the 100% solution as well. Because it's easier to go right than left on that level. Well, if the builders allow for it, I will try. I remember going to that part in the PS1 version of Lemmings, and there was actually an exit there, where it was exit, where the exit graffiti was. There was actually an exit there. Okay, so we're going to Tricky 29, which I thought was this. I thought this was Tricky 28, but for some reason I don't know. But I'm being stupid. So Rainbow Island's not too bad. You just gotta get creative and try and avoid using a blocker. So there is an easy way to do this. All you have to do is like just dig here with the second lemming and then just bash before it gets too deep. Okay, that's good enough. Because the only problem we have is lemmings turning around and going back to the very far left of the level. So we've just got to prevent that. That's all we've got to do, really. There's also quite a large drop here, so I'm going to make sure I mine at the end here just to mitigate any falls. Not going to mine too early though, because we don't want them to wriggle into that right-hand room there. That's good enough. Yeah, so this is a very easy level as well. You just got to be crafty with how you use your skills and don't use your blockers. You can use blockers, but they're going to be a pain to free. It's not like blockers are forbidden on this level. I always thought this level was always a bit too easy for its position as well. I thought that I was thinking to myself, when you get past Tricky 20, everything should be just as difficult as that. But most of the levels, apart from maybe Cunning Plan, Cascade, and Cascade, I think actually got into my top 15 level if I remember correctly. Boundary line can be quite tricky. Boundary line can be quite tricky as well. So yeah, those are a good fit. The turn around young lemmings as well is quite a tricky one as well. So 22 through 25 I think are okay. One way digging to freedom. Borderline. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think the last 10 levels are tricky or well placed? Sorry, I should say 11 because there's actually 11 levels after Tricky 19, isn't there? Okay, so we're on to the last level of Tricky now, which I believe is the Crankshaft. The Crankshaft definitely belongs here. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so how do we do this one again? Yeah, there's a way easier. There's a way easier way to do this, isn't there? Ooh, what am I doing? Sorry, I thought I'd climb and select it. That was just me being stupid. Go. Okay, so the way I was going to do it was I was trying to do it the builderless way because that can be, well, not completely builderless because mines can be quite time consuming as well. So. Remember to assign floaters to them as well. They're not completely immune to that fall. Okay, so what's going to happen is there's going to lemming number 3 here is going to mine this pillar, and lemming number 2 is going to go. I'm not sure I can do that actually. I can if I mine to the left here because I don't want them to fall off the left edge of the level. Just gotta make sure I keep an eye on that guy for a moment. It's actually possible that he'll probably be done before those guys get to the right hand edge. It doesn't matter anyway. The first lemmings can go over anyway because they're going to do the rightmost section, and these two are going to do the leftmost section. Okay, so the question is, where do I assign here? It's better probably to be a bit more to the left rather than right, because there's no bashers to fix this, so we've got to be very careful. Probably say that's good enough. And we can adjust it with this second lot. I just think this is a very time efficient way of doing this level. Actually, we don't even need that first guy, to be honest, because this guy's just broken through. So what we can do is we can just let that guy go, and he can just go to the exit, and we'll just mine with the second guy. Might put the miner a bit further back though, to account for the fact that there's a bit more distance between the two. So yeah, that's all right. We can just use builders to fix any gaps. So I think this is a better way of doing this level, because it mitigates the time limit factor in this level. So these guys can be freed now. To be honest, they could have been freed from the get-go. I just put that miner tunnel there to stop any climbers from potentially falling off the right edge of the level, left edge of the level rather. They've broken through, so we want to get that builder done as soon as possible. We want these guys to progress down the level because time's getting a bit tight now. I think the most time-consuming part of this level is probably going to be this guy going all the way from the left to the right. So as long as the climbers don't get held up, we're fine. We can use a builder if that becomes a particular issue, though. So I know some people will probably be doing it the way where you just mine, build all the way to the top of the pillar, and then mine and then build to the top of the pillar. But I always found that very time consuming, and it's not ideal for a 4-minute level. I could have turned this right guy around sooner, but I think he's going to make it to the exit in time. Yeah, he's going to make it. He's got plenty of time. It does not take more than a minute to get across this level. Okay, so the video's run a bit longer than usual, by a few minutes, but at least we've got the tricky rank completed now, and we'll be moving on to taxing. I might do a few videos of taxing today, but I'm not going to go very far into the rank, I don't think. So I like to record these videos in bulk and just split them up. I tend to record about 6 to 8 videos on average per recording session. Depends on how tired I get. It depends on how tired I get. That depends on whether I continue or not. And I think no doubt going into the taxing rank is probably going to fatigue me more than these levels have. Okay, so that's Tricky done. We're going to watch the cutscene. This is an interesting one. I do like the background in this one. That's a brilliant cutscene. Then he trips over himself. That's brilliant. I love it. I haven't seen enough of these cutscenes. Anyway, see you next time.